Yo, y'all, this is Wasabi7, and today, sorry, I was checking my microphone. Because of popular demand, I I've been requested to make a video of um, how I edit my videos. So, as you can see here, I use a program called VSDC Video Editor Free Edition. Um, this is, yeah, yep, that's what I. Yeah, so and you can download that. Uh, I think it's called flashintegro.com. But you just look up VSDC video editor and it should pop up. Um, and honestly, the free version is, I mean, the pro version has like a few more special effects. And it has like, it has some more special effects and it has hardware, what was it called? Hardware speed upper. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it just makes your projects export faster. Now, um, yeah. So what I usually do is I just go up to the top left and press new project. I don't usually name the project anything because it doesn't usually matter in the end, anyways. Um, the resolution and frame rates, I'm sure there's some reason that those are options there, but I always keep it at 1080p and 60 frames a second because it never makes a difference regardless of the frame rate or resolution of the video. So I just always keep it like that, and you just press finish, and they should pop up. Um, Sometimes something that'll happen is a little, uh, like screen will pop up asking you like what effects or something that you want to apply. Just press cancel on that. This is literally the only time it hasn't happened. Of course, the one time that I'm making a video of it. But okay, so it might look a little bit overwhelming, all the different tabs and the shitload of options that you have. But really, it, I'm not going to say it's easy because it's not. This program does have a pretty big learning curve. But for a free program, it's really damn good. So, and this recent it used to crash all the freaking time, which really made it a bitch to edit. But it's they haven't like in this most recent update they fixed a lot of issues like that. So what I'll do is I'll just minimize it like this and open whatever folder that I'm gonna edit. For this specific example, I'm editing the SCP Unity episode. If you wanted to watch that, if you have watched that, sorry. So I just open that and then minimize it right away because first we need to do some other stuff. So I have a folder called video editing stuff, and I'm sure that you can guess what's in there. There's a bunch of random shit in here for video editing stuff. And so in here I've got my intro and outro videos. So what I do is I just plop my intro up there. There we go. Then what you do to go to the end of it, like the very last frame of it, so that you get just total pinpoint accuracy, so you don't have any, overlaying of sound and or video, is you click on whatever you want. Make sure that you don't drag it, because I've done that so many times and had to re-export videos for that. And then you go to the little tab over here with all the black arrows and go to the one on the far right. That'll move to the absolute end of it. So now we're done with that folder until the very end of this video. If you're using Bandicam like me, I use the paid version of Bandicam, and I have 3 files here. One file is the video, one file is the sound of the game, and one file is the sound of the microphone. They don't come out labeled, so I just have to go and listen to them. Yo, y'all, this is Wasabi7. Okay, so that one's obviously the sound file for microphone, and this one is the sound file for the game. Now that one, I almost always throw away, because, sorry if you can hear blowing in the background, it's really fucking windy. But, anyways, yeah. So I almost always delete that one, and the only time that I won't delete that one is if the sound is messed up with the video. So I'll plop the video in there, and it, puts itself there. Oh no. Oh, okay, cool. I just thought that my cursor was in the video the whole time. But anyways, so that's there. And the video will come with sound. So, yeah, no need for that other file unless the sound in the video is messed up. So, but a big thing that I think a lot of YouTubers who are really, new don't really take into account is that the sound of your computer will always be louder than your voice. So what you do there is you right-click on the video and you select properties right at the bottom, and this little tab over here will open up. What you do here is you scroll down until you find audio volume, and it's almost at the very bottom. Now this, it really depends on the game, and for containment breach videos, I usually put them at -17. But because this is a CPU containment breach Unity, I noticed that this one was a lot louder, so I'm going to put it at -20, and you just hit enter, and yeah, there you go. And so now when we listen to it, yeah, see, it's a lot quieter now. So, okay, so now what we need to do is we need to click on this, the video that you're editing right now, not the intro if you have that, and you press the button on the very far left of the arrows here. That'll make it go to the very beginning, and then go back and take your sound file and just move it right onto the screen there. And I don't know why, but for some reason, audio files will take fucking forever. And a lot of times, the program will crash when you do it. Well, not a lot of times, but sometimes it'll do it. But it'll lag for a little bit. There might even be a screen that pops up saying that the video editor stopped working. Just let it be for like 5 minutes, and if after that it's still not working, I would just recommend force quitting it. Okay, now, with this, my voice is going to be pretty quiet. So right off the bat, I just right-click it, press Properties, and raise the audio volume to 4. I did not mean to right-click there. Okay, 4. And then just enter, because if you do it any higher, it'll make your voice sound very ear-rapey. Since that's an increase in decibels, not just an amplification of the single decibel it's on. So, now we just go to some random part in the video and test it out. But as you can see, the lighting is much nicer. Why is it... What? Okay, so it sounds good. That coughing is going to get annoying, but, oh well. Okay, now, for this specific file, or time, I only have these 2 files, but usually I'll have like 6 or 7, well, for containment breach videos anyways, I'll have 6 or 7 different sets of audio and video files, because every time that it crashes, I have to end the recording and start a new recording. Now, when that happens, I would strongly recommend renaming... Well, what I do is when containment breach crashes, I end the video, rename the videos and the video and audio files to a number, like 1 or 2 or 3, whichever number chronologically it goes into, and then I go back into the game and start the video again, making more video files. So that gets annoying because I have to go through this entire process over again. I have to right-click it, properties, edit the sound, and all that. So that containment breach is it's really annoying to have to edit. It takes forever, but it's a lot of fun to play and to film. So because of that, we are done with this folder. And now we're ready for the outro. So the outro, I'll just drag it to there. And okay, there we go. Okay, now because my intro fades out and my outro fades in, what I like to do to make it more fluid is I right-click the video file, go to Video Effects right around the middle, and then go to transparency right around the middle as well, and do fade in. And I have the duration set as 1 second, which just makes it fade in for 1 second. And then I right-click it, video effects, transparency, and fade out for 1 second. And that will make it so that it flows. So, like, let's move to here. Anyways, that's about it. See ya. Yeah, like, see? There we go. Although, for this specific series, for the SCP series, I have not been using this like the ambient with the turning the pages in the background. I've been using a different one, but I do use that for Sandman. So what I'll do here is I'll right-click this, Properties, scroll all the way down, find Audio Volume, and put it at -100, and that makes it totally silent. Okay, so now that we've done that, I select it, go all the way back to the very beginning of the outro, the beginning of the outro. Then I go to my folder here, double-click on Ambience for the different outros, and I use this one, Zen Dripping, one from Half-Life, and I drop it there. And because I haven't pre-edited the sound on this one, I'm going to go to Audio Effects, Amplitude, which will be at the very top. Then fade in, okay, then the same thing over again, except fade out instead of in, and yes. Now, so now that we're done with that, gotta listen to it a little bit. Okay. Now, if you are editing with this and you find that in the video here, the frame rate is extremely low, hardware acceleration, that's what it was called at the beginning. Sorry. Anyways, if you find that the frame rate in the preview here is extremely low, actually, don't worry. The only time that ever once you're finished exporting your video, the frame rate will be exactly as you saw it as you were playing the game or doing whatever you were filming. I don't know why it does that, and it only does it sometimes, especially with much higher quality video. But, yeah. So, I'm pretty much done. That was kind of weird. I'm pretty much done. Occasionally I'll put little extra edits in there and stuff like that. But I have one more thing that I'll show you guys. I don't intend to cut anything out of this, but just, for tutorial's sake. To cut part of the video, you might see an option up here called cutting and splitting. It's the worst fucking thing ever. Don't ever use that. It's bullshit. I mean, it's not bullshit. It does cut and split videos, but it's really bad at it. So what I do is I just select the file, and then over here you can see a pair of scissors next to like a slider or like some film. So not the regular pair of scissors, but the pair of scissors that's with a film next to it that says split into parts. You just click that, and when you do that, it'll lag a little bit, and then see it divides your video into 2 different files. Now that's okay, that's fine. And then what you do afterwards is you click on the audio file and do the same thing. So I'll do that. And yeah, and then then you gotta watch the video. Actually, the entire thing would be filled. Make sure exactly, you know exactly the exact second where you want the video to end, and you can move there. And it's not a very accurate display here sometimes, especially if you've got a longer video. So you'll see a very, very small little slider here, like above the seconds and minutes, and you'll see 2 big blue blocks at the end of them. You take those and you just hold and slide them across, and that makes the video look a lot longer, and that gives you much more precise editing. But what I usually do instead is I usually watch the video, say, oh, dead. 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, well, it looks like for tutorial's sake, looks like I'm at 4 minutes and 16 seconds. So what I do is I'll click as close as I can to 4 and 4 seconds. That's 4 and 10. That's good enough. And you can see here with these arrows, the first arrow with just one arrow left or right will move it a frame in that direction. The second one with two will move it a second in that direction. And the third one with two and then a line at the end will move it to the end of the clip. So I'm at 4 and 10, and I'm trying to get to 4 and 4. So I'll move it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there we go. And 4 and 4. And let's say I want it exactly at 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So then I can move precisely by frame and start getting it ridiculously accurate. Sometimes you do need it like that, though. Well, sometimes I need it like that. So sometimes it'll be instant, sometimes it'll take it a few seconds. So just be patient with that. Now I'm going to undo. Oh, okay. So anyways, then you cut those parts. So here we go. Cut that. Let it load. Okay. Go to the appropriate file down there. By the way, make sure if you're cutting things, never move the little red line, because if you do, then almost certainly your audio and video are not going to be synced up at all, and it's going to sound really bad. So, what we have here now is this space that I want to cut, this little smaller block here. So what you do is you select that for the video file, and then the audio file. It really doesn't matter the order, but hold Control so that you can select both at a time, and then find the delete button on your keyboard. Not the backspace button, but the delete button. And you press that, and it'll disappear. And so now what you do is you go to the earliest file, the next earliest file, and you press the move cursor to block ending, and then just simply drag the next files over to the red line. And if you have other video files in front like I do there, you just have to go over and do the same to them. Now, I'm going to undo all of that because I have no reason to cut any of that. So I'll just be pressing undo for a while. Oh, by the way, I don't know why they don't do this, but Control-C and Control-V are options that do not work in this program for some reason. So if you want to copy something, you have to select it, and then there'll be a little copy button up here with all the other stuff. Same with the undo and delete and things like. Well, no, delete actually has a big red X, or you can press delete. Anyways, okay, so we're done editing our video. So what I usually do to make sure I'm done is I just skim through a few parts, make sure everything is matched up. I'm going to keep making stops dead, just to be absolutely certain. Let me see. Right, okay. So now, after all of this, we can finally export the project. But wait, because after all this hard work, well, work anyways, depending on your project, you'll go to Projects on the very top left, and press Save Project. Now I've already got one called Project 1, but I'll just save over that. That's probably extremely old anyways. And because, just in case this program crashes. Now, because this was a shorter episode that I've been editing here, I didn't have any point really in saving before, but one of the first episodes that I ever edited was like an hour something long episode, and right when I hit export, it crashed, and so I had to edit the entire thing over again. And this was like, I can remember it was like the 4th day or something that I was ever doing YouTubing. YouTubing. And anyways, it took me like another 2 hours to edit that whole thing over again. And of course it wasn't as good as the first time because I rushed it. So remember to save periodically, no matter, really just no matter what. Um, Now, when you press export project, you'll have a big list of options here. Um, you'll probably want to export for PC if you're going to upload to YouTube. Um, and if you, when you do that, if you select PC, there'll be 8 video options here. You can do AVI, MPG, MOV, WMV, MKV, RM, SWF, or FLV. Um, when you do this, I would strongly recommend AVI or MPG because MOV tend to be lower quality in my experience. WMV is fine, but it's not very commonly used. MKV is a very source-like. It's a very straightforward, basic kind of video, very raw. So, RM, I have no idea what that is, so I just haven't touched it. And SWF and FLV are both mainly for Flash, so unless you're editing a video to make a Flash game or animation or something like that, I would recommend not touching those either. So MPG or AVI. Keep in mind AVIs can only be opened by Windows devices natively. Other computers can, but they have to have a special program to be able to. So I usually do AVI because I don't give this to anybody. I just upload it straight to YouTube. So, yeah. Now, don't press export project quite yet. What you need to do is you need to go down to the bottom right, and you'll see change name. So press that, and now you need to, before you name it anything, find the folder that you want it to export to. I want it to export to the desktop, so I will select project.1 and rename it, or project1.avi, and just rename it to, for this episode, it'll just be Wisapi7 plays SCP Unity. So yeah, if you get an error or something that says like this name is invalid or it uses invalid characters or something like that, it probably means that you put something like a bracket or like maybe a period or like a double hyphen or something like that. There is a few things like that that Windows doesn't like, or at least this program doesn't like. If it does that, just look to see if you have any kind of punctuation in there and just delete it. And YouTube does allow punctuation in their titles, obviously. So once you upload it to YouTube, you can just do that. So then you just hit export project. Oh, this thing will probably pop up just asking you if you want to upgrade. Unless you want to upgrade, just press continue. And this is going to take a while, so I'm not going to, be a burden and just put in the next hour or so, or so of that exporting. So I just minimize that, just the recorder. Now it looks like, so SCP containment breach, not Unity, but just the regular one, just came out with an update, so I was doing that. So now what I'll do is I'll go to YouTube and then go to my channel. Sorry, with my super slow internet. And then you go to, actually, shit. Okay, so you don't need to hit my channel, sorry. But, you just press upload up in the, yeah. This isn't really part of the video editing, but the person who asked me wanted me to give, like, a full thing of what they wanted. So here's something that I edited a while ago, but never actually put up. So, it's Ike Wastes Time number 7. So what I'll do when this is uploading, I go to add to playlist, I find the playlist that I want, and for this one, it's Ike Wastes Time. You just check that. Custom thumbnail, usually I will make a custom thumbnail, but because it's an Ike Wastes Time, fuck it. Description, I'll come up with that later, but usually what I do is I'll open this thing, description.txt. I'll usually do my obligatory. In this episode, we da-da-da-da-da. And then I'll paste all of that at the bottom. And this contains things like my computer specs, what microphone, video editor, screen recorder, social media, things like that. Because those are fairly frequent questions. Then I go to advanced settings, type in whatever game it is. I fucking forgot what this game is. It's super obscure. I usually check community contributions, which just makes it so that viewers can contribute like translations or subtitles. You don't have to do that if you feel like it's a bad idea. It's never done anything bad for me. And then the recording date, this is another optional thing, but that's just the day that you recorded it. And if you forget what day that you recorded it, you can right-click on the video, press Properties, and then go to not Details, just here. And then you can see the date that it was created. Looks like it was May 29th. So as you can see, I'm a bit late to uploading this. Keep in mind, though, that if you are looking at the edited video, it'll show you not the recording date, but the date that it was edited. Or at least the date that it was exported. So yeah. So the game name, I have no idea, and I don't think it really matters because this is a very obscure game anyways. And I'll put in a description later, but that's about it. That's how I edit my stuff, and this is 8%. Looks like it'll take another half an hour at least. So anyways, yeah. I guess I'll do yeah, no, I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to join the Chorus Rebellion. If there's anything that you want me to, re-enunciate on, or anything that you thought that I didn't explain in big enough, like, detail, then just tell me in the comments, and tell me if there's anything else that you want me to play, or anything that would make my commentating more enjoyable or entertaining. Yeah, that's one more thing also is, unless your computer is a fucking monster, when you're exporting on your computer, you should probably refrain from doing anything graphically or processively, I guess you could say, intensive. So basically, the only thing that you can really do is watch videos or play, like, Minesweeper. Anything that you do that takes up CPU or any kind of graphical processing power will slow down the exporting. And if you play something that's too intensive, it will crash both your game and the exporter, at least in my experience. So anyways, that's about it. See ya. Also, if you happen to be recording with Bandicam, never click on game recording mode. Worst fucking mistake I ever made. I mean, pretty much, I would say a vast majority of any kind of glitched video I've ever... There was an entire series of Dishonored that I did. And when I went to edit them, it was... the game recording mode had fucked it. Because every single time that it went into a loading time, it would delete all of the audio. So, yeah. Hit screen recording mode, just press the full screen button with this. Just do that. That works every time for me. I never had a glitch ever. So, yeah. Sorry.